Good morning. How's everybody doing? As you can see, it's a little bright out here. What am I doing on a Saturday morning? Well, I'm going to vote. You did know that there was a special election on March the 30th for the clerk of the court. And you do know the significance of this. So I'm getting up early in the morning on a Saturday. What could be and should be my sleep-in day. Looks like I'm still asleep, right? And I'm going to take the chance to vote, man. Yeah, so why am I going to vote? What is that all about? I mean, clerk of the court, right? The person in charge of land records, the person in charge of concealed handgun permits and probates. I find that to be fairly important. Who are the players involved? Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but how did this all come about? Why aren't we voting in November? Well, we're not voting in November because I guess some people believe that voters won't come out if you have a special election, or that it advantages one candidate over another. And anytime you look to disenfranchise people, I have a problem with that. But hey, that's just me. So, we have two candidates, right? And in fairness to those candidates, I'll only talk about what I know about or who I'll know as it relates to the race, right? The other night at a local NAACP meeting, I had the wonderful opportunity to listen to a Mr. Carson Beard. Carson Beard graduated from James Madison with a degree in justice studies, right? I guess his family, he's a local guy. He's not like myself, as some people would characterize a newcomer coming in to start trouble who maybe doesn't belong. Nah, this guy grew up here. Graduated from James Madison, and in 2014, actually started working in the clerk's office. So, he has a little bit of experience. 2014, came in as a deputy clerk, was promoted later on to the chief deputy clerk. And recently, when the clerk of the court vacated the position, was promoted to interim clerk of the court. Now, that says something to me, right? Because people don't get promoted on their jobs if they're not doing the job, right? That's one. And with other people working in that office, it would seem that someone thought he was a great choice to be promoted among them when the clerk vacated that position. That means this young man has already been doing the job of clerk of the court, right? Lots of experience, promoted within the ranks, already doing the job. So yeah, he's already been doing the job. So what is it about this job, right? Is it the fact that the clerk of the court supervises 11 employees? Probably not. Is it the fact that the clerk has over 800 intricate duties? Many of them are multi-task, multi-step duties that, if done incorrectly, have major consequences. Nah, I don't think that's it. Why is this race of such contention? Well, it's a six-figure job. It's a six-figure job, and particularly in this county, a lot of buzz around this whole thing of concealed handgun permits. Now, mind you, in the last couple of years, there have not been any cases, infractions, where handgun permits have been delayed in terms of getting them to people. I think the state gives them 45 days. They have never, ever had a problem doing that. But just to tell you and show you about the intricate nature of this thing, one of the candidates was asked a question. The candidate that is not Mr. Beard, of course. Mr. Beard works on the job and kind of knows the job in and out. And it was about fees, right? And our fees are more than the surrounding counties, right? I believe they're $50, where everyone else is maybe 15 or something of that nature. And the candidate who was running said, you know what, I'm going to slash these prices. We're going to make sure that there isn't any fiscal waste. Well, what they didn't know was that the majority of that fee, the reason it was more than everyone else's in surrounding counties, was because our local sheriff's department takes $35, which means that the sheriff's department would actually have to waive that fee to get our concealed handgun permit cost down. Now, you want to talk about a faux pas, right? Because one, the candidate who's also running against Mr. Beard is an employee of the sheriff's department, right? That's one. But two, again, it goes to the heart of, you have to know the job you're in. Let's be serious and honest, guys. There isn't any way in the world I want a chief of staff running my hospital and they haven't been to surgery. Matter of fact, they haven't been to medical school. I don't want a minister or preacher leading my church and they haven't opened a Bible. I don't want a principal running my school and they've never been in the classroom or never been around education, right? This is not the type of job where that needs to happen. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to vote, right? March 30th, April 1st, November 1st, whenever, I'm going to vote. So I'm coming down here, I'm on Main Street. If you come down to the Commissioner of Revenue's office, where the county treasurer is, that top floor is voter registration. This is the first Saturday of 2 Saturdays where you can vote, right? So from 8:30 to 4:30, you can come down here and vote in person. Listen, if you don't vote in person on today, Saturday, March the 20th, or Saturday, March the 27th, from 8:30 to 4:30, or even at any point during the week this week, right? 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. If you don't vote in person, then you have to vote on the 30th. Now, what does that mean? No big deal, but it's on a Tuesday. And so you'd have to be involved with the lines and the polls. If you can do it early, you might as well. Because sometimes we have to show people that we care. And when you show people you are involved civically and politically, then some of this rhetoric and some of this dismissive behavior that we receive against our community, people are forced to take notice. Man, it's cold out there. So yeah, you come in this building on Main Street and you're going to take it straight upstairs. Again, early in-person voting. This is the last week. So today, Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30, you can come again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then again on Friday, the 27th, from 8:30 to 4:30. Come and get your vote on. Get in this elevator. I'm going to go on upstairs. I'm going to vote for Carson Beard because he's a stickler for the code, because he's done the job, because he actually took the time to come out and speak to our community when he came to that local NAACP meeting. We haven't even had a debate between the two candidates. And anytime a candidate cannot come out and answer questions on the fly, but needs to have the questions given to them in advance and do some sort of pre-recorded thing, that lets me know that maybe they can't think on their feet. So look, I'm out of here, man. It didn't take any time at all, right? One of the things I remember is Carson talking about, listen, this is a serious job. If you don't know how to do it, then you don't know how to do it. That there are serious consequences, Imagine you get married and you're expecting the clerk of the court to properly file your marriage certificate, and that gets somehow messed up. There's no record of it. Imagine, You're trying to record a deed, and that gets messed up. Listen, we don't have time to play politics. It's not about Republican, Democrat, Independent. It's about someone who's going to do the job independently. Right? And so I would hope you come on down and make a vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I don't think that's appropriate. But I am going to tell you who showed up to the meeting. I am going to tell you who had the experience and has the experience. I am going to tell you who is committed and is a stickler for the code. And if you're not a stickler for the code, you surely can't be the clerk. I put my vote in, bam, for Mr. Beard. Come on down and vote.